our meeting of the Legal Specialization Screening Committee. And I understand we are also streaming, so we welcome members of the public who might be interested in what we're doing. I will begin by identifying myself as Rosemarie Payne, and I am chairing the committee currently. Would you all please just identify yourselves? Or don't you all jump in, or I could actually, I could do everybody in order. Attorney Lowe, are you, could you identify yourself, please?
Yes, Jeff Lowe, Norwich, Connecticut. I'm here.
Great. And Attorney Patrick Kennedy, can you indicate that you are here?
Yes, Patrick Kennedy, I'm here.
Great. And Attorney Brian Hennebury, can you please also indicate you're here?
Yes, I am here.
Great. And we welcome Denise Pancini, who is also here to assist us. And I understand that Attorney Dwyer is not able to make it today. Is that correct?
That is true.
Great. Did everyone get a copy of the minutes from our last meeting, which was back in November of 2018?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes.
I would ask for a motion to accept and approve the minutes of our November 28th, 2018 meeting.
I would so move.
Great. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. So record to reflect Attorney Lowe made the motion, Attorney Kennedy seconded. Any discussion or corrections?
I don't have any.
Okay, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Attorney Henbury, did you want to abstain or?
Yeah, I didn't know what was appropriate or whether you needed me for a quorum, but I will abstain. I think would probably be most appropriate.
Okay.
The quorum is 3, so I think we're fine with Attorney Lowe, Attorney Payne, and Attorney Kennedy.
Great. Okay.
Good.
So on to our first order of business, which is the consideration of the Connecticut Bar Association's renewal application to certify lawyers as specialists in workers' compensation law. And I think the way we would do this is I have a resolution that I will read, and I will ask for a motion and a second, and then we'll open up for discussion. So I'm going to read the resolution. The Legal Specialization Screening Committee recommends that the Connecticut Bar Association be approved for recertification as a certifier in the specialty area of workers' compensation law for a 5-year period, pursuant to its application dated February 19, 2021. Because in the opinion of the committee, it meets all the criteria in the rules and as developed by the committee to evaluate whether entities should be approved as certifiers, subject to the condition that, if approved, the applicant shall be required to notify promptly the Legal Specialization Screening Committee of any material changes in its methodology for certifying lawyers as specialists during its term of approval. So do I have a motion subject to that resolution?
I would move that we adopt the resolution.
Thank you, Attorney Lowe. A second?
Second.
Thank you, Attorney Henbury. Okay, so
Kennedy.
let's,
Attorney Kennedy.
I thought you, okay, sorry about that. I thought.
No problem.
I thought both lips were moving. I don't know. Okay, so thank you for that correction. So by way of discussion, what I can say is, having waded through the application, it occurred to me that once I figured out I knew some people on the work comp committee of CBA, that I would call them and ask if they could highlight or let me know any changes in the application, because it seemed to me that if it's been approved before, what we would want to hone in on would be any changes. And the only change I am told was made was just to reflect the new MCLE rule. So they made some modifications to the continuing legal education provision. But other than that, everything else is substantially the same. So anybody have any other discussion about this?
I don't think so. I assume we haven't heard anything that would bar or that we would need to consider that might be adverse to the application. What's been submitted. Denise, anything?
No, I have not.
Okay.
And Rosemary, I
I don't have
assume
any
5 years is,
further.
oh, sorry, Jeff, go ahead.
No, that's okay. I don't know if it's everybody else, but people are both, freezing up momentarily. I think I'm getting the majority of everything, but is anybody else having the same experience or is it just me?
I'm getting a little bit of it as well, yes.
Me too.
I could make a
Okay.
joke and say Attorney Kennedy looks like a cat, but I.
It's an improvement.
No, I a little bit in and out occasionally, but Attorney Henry, were you going to say something?
Just a quick question. The recertification period around these sorts of applications are typically 5 years. Is that the standard period?
That's
Yes.
established by the rule.
Right.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
yeah, and I haven't heard. I think we would have heard something if the certification wasn't working out, and I think CBA does. Denise, what else do they do other than they do work comp and they do several other areas, right?
They do. There's one other area.
They
I
do.
did not
Looks
print
like,
that out.
looks like residential real estate, maybe?
I think that's true. There is one other.
Okay. But generally, our experience, I mean, the state's experience with their certifications, we've never had a problem.
No. None
Good.
at all.
Okay. Okay, so does anybody have any questions or is everybody ready to vote?
Nothing
Okay,
further here, ready to vote.
Great. So all in favor of the resolution as described?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Nope. Okay, motion
Aye.
carries. Okay, great. Motion carries unanimously. And then there was just one other, we have on our agenda such other matters that may come before us. And I just, in speaking with Denise, had a suggestion of perhaps, and this is subject to approval of the Rules Committee, but perhaps with respect to recertification applications, we can request that the instructions given to the certifying agencies be that if there are any additions or deletions or modifications to the prior application, that they could be flagged. In other words, to, akin to the practice book section that, if you're amending a complaint, you point it out so we don't have to go searching for it. Does any thoughts on that?
That makes sense, I think.
I agree.
Okay. Denise, would we need, I don't mean to, I should say more properly, Ms. Pansini, do you think we need to make a motion to change that, or can that just be a suggestion that
If
they
you would,
take up?
if you would like to specify language, I will insert it in a draft application and send it around to you for your approval. And then it would need to go to the Rules Committee to be approved before it could actually be revised. I think short of having you all gather again at another meeting to approve it, the best course of action to short circuit another meeting is to put the language down, approve the language now, and then I can put it on a draft application.
Okay.
and have you perhaps just write a letter of transmittal to the Rules Committee saying, we'd like you to approve this.
Okay. So, I guess my motion or my suggestion would be that we move to instruct certifying agencies that any changes, deletions, or additions to the application be, I guess it would be redlined would be the term.
Okay, let's see.
Or redlined, I would say redlined and paginated. That way one could easily find them.
Pointed out in a cover letter, perhaps?
Okay, that works for me.
Yeah, but whatever, I think that then just itemizes it in a separate document.
Right.
Similarly, so
Okay,
I think
Sure.
that makes sense.
itemized in a separate document.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I will have a
I'm
draft
not married to the
application.
language.
Okay, I like it. I'll have a draft application created and I will send it around to you for your approval by email. And then we'll have Attorney Payne perhaps send a letter of transmittal to the Rules Committee with that. But if
Okay.
you want to make a motion to approve that language, so I would suggest, I'm sure you don't have the application in front of you, but there are currently 5 items of instruction on the application. It seems to make most sense to include it as a new item 4. So renumber them and make it a new item 4. So any changes, deletions, or additions be itemized in a separate document.
I like it. Attorney Henry, is that your motion?
That is my motion.
All right. Attorney Kennedy, are you a second?
Second.
All right. Any further discussion?
None.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Do we have any further business?
Just a question for Denise, and again, my apologies, another stupid question, but is there a listing of, I should know this, but do not, of how many specialization categories there are within Connecticut? I assume, we don't have all the set forth in the rule, do we? It's probably about what, 5 or 6? But if Denise, if there's a listing of that, if you could just send me an email or that would be.
Yes, I can give you some information. There are quite a long list of areas of certification in Connecticut, but there are really only 5 or 6 of them that have entities that certified in those areas. I can send you that information so you
That would
would.
be great. Thank
Sure.
you.
Okay,
Would you mind sending that along to all of us when you send it? I think I'd like a
Absolutely.
refresh. Thanks.
sure.
Okay, so motion to adjourn?
So
Second.
move.
Second, okay. We're adjourned. Have a good day, everybody.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Nice meeting all.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right.
Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.